you're thinking of buying in Brooksville, Florida, we're going to take you on a little video tour today and show you some of my favorite places, both to live and then to eat and drink. We're also going to talk about the things to do, some of the attractions, what it's like to live here on a daily basis. I'm also going to talk a little bit about the schools. So follow me around and let me show you my city where I live. All right, so we're here in Mountaineer Coffee, and I just want to give you a very broad overview to Brooksville real quick. So talking about location, we're about 40 miles north of Tampa, and Brooksville has State Road 50 that runs almost through it, kind of skirts around the outside of town, and that's the road that's going to take you east over to Orlando. So we're about an hour and 15 from Orlando, but we're only about 10 minutes or so from I-75, and that's what's going to give you easy access south to Tampa, St. Pete, and it's also going to go north through Ocala and some of the northern parts of Florida. So location-wise, it's really, really convenient to just about everything, and we're only about 15 miles away from the Gulf of Mexico. As for the population of Brooksville, about 8,500 people, so very much small town Americana, very, very small town or city, I guess it is. And then as far as the average household income goes, that's around about $56,000. Like I said, or I will say in this video, jobs are a little bit scarce, so definitely if you're looking to work, make sure you have that lined up if you're moving to Brooksville. So let's go out and take a little look around, see what we've got. I'm going to hit some of my favorite spots, tell you a little bit about the area. Can't wait to dive into it. All right, guys, so I'm here outside of Mountaineer Coffee, really one of the focal points of downtown Brooksville, one of our favorite places to come on a weekend, pick up some muffins, pick up some coffee, ride the bikes down here. But first thing I want to talk about with Brooksville is kind of the walkability of all of it. So a lot of the stuff here downtown is all within walking distance if you're living around here, if you want to park up and explore. So there's a lot of restaurants, a lot of stores. I'm going to kind of pass one of the famous murals in a minute outside Patricia's, which is one of the clothing stores. Probably see us in the background here. So some really, really cool stuff downtown, and a lot of little cafes, bars, breweries, restaurants, little boutique-y stores. So it's one of our favorite things to do. We're always finding new things to check out down here. There's constantly new places being added. The Jennings building has just been renovated, I guess you would say. And they got a great burger place in there. They're about to put in a little whiskey place up on the second level. So guys, I think you're gonna love downtown Brooksville if you like that city center feel where everything's kind of central and you can walk it. So I'm here in front of the historic courthouse right in downtown Brooksville. Now, Brooksville was formed in 1856. It was a merging of Melendez and Pierceville back in those days. And it was actually a historical significance back in the Civil War, and there was rumors of racial tension all the way up through the 30s and 40s, although it's a much more mellow place to be now, as you can tell from looking around. But everything can be found right off of the courthouse here. We got the old Jennings building to this side. We got Main Street Eatery, Truist, and the antique stores to the other side. Again, this is the real hub of where everything happens. So around the holidays, there's going to be beautiful tree lighting ceremonies here. There's going to be live music here some nights. They close the street down outside here at least a couple of times a year for food festivals, for Halloween trick-or-treating for the kids, for Christmas stuff as well. It's a really, really fun place to be, and it all starts right here downtown outside of the courthouse. So one of the other cool things about downtown Brooksville as you walk around is you're going to see these murals hanging everywhere from local artists. One here on the Lohman building, there's a couple opposite here on the Panbang building. So you're going to see these kind of scattered around downtown, just adds a little different feel to everything. Brooksville's a very artsy city, so that's really, really cool to see. Hey guys, I'm here in the shadows of the famous Brooksville Water Tower here. And I'm right outside of downtown athletics. So if you are a fitness fanatic like me, this is going to be one of your options here locally. I actually am a member of Focus Fitness, and there's an Epic Fitness as well. There is also Planet Fitness, more towards State Road 50, a little bit outside of the city, but these are going to be your three main options here. All awesome places. They have that outside swole camp here, which is really, really cool. And as I do that, I'm turning here onto South Brooksville Ave. So South Brooksville Ave, again, is going to be one of those areas with some really historic homes on it. It's one of the older streets in Brooksville, yet again. And you can already see from the shade how the trees hang over the street here. And again, you'll just see types of homes are those older style homes. It's definitely not what most people would consider to be Florida style homes. So again, really cool just to kind of take a walk down these streets and just check out the different types of homes if you have some time on your hands. But again, if you're used to these homes kind of up in the northeast area with a little bit more historical architecture. Definitely consider downtown Brooksville. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at some of the homes you might be able to find here. All right, guys, so now I'm here at the May Stringer House. This was built back in 1856, and it's a home of historical significance, been deeded so by the state of Florida. Now, the interesting thing about this place is that it's actually supposedly haunted. So they have a really cool thing here on Halloween every single year where they turn this into like a haunted house. It scared the wits out of my kids when they came here. But if you're not into the scary side of it, come and view it some other time. It's also the home of the Hernando County Historical Association. They do guided tours of the property. It's a 4-story home, super cool, and it really just fits in with the whole vibe of Brooksville, which is that of kind of like this older southern Florida town. And again, it's just such a contrast to the rest of the local area that I love coming and checking out stuff like this. We bought some really cool placemats which are made from the old floorboards of this place. They sell those in limited quantities as well. So definitely come and check out the May Stringer House. If you're brave enough, do it at Halloween. They actually have filmed an episode of Ghost Hunters here as well to try and summon the spirits. So check out that episode online if you get the opportunity as well. But super cool place. I think you'll really enjoy checking it out. So guys, I'm walking here on Olive Street, which is actually the street that I live on, and it's in the historic part of downtown Brooksville. The homes around here are just incredible. So because it's in the historic district, you can see the brick-lined streets. You can see the beautiful trees behind me here. As I kind of pan around, you'll get a little bit more of an idea as to what's going on here. But the old church behind me has been turned into a home. The old governor's mansion is just across the way here at 48 Olive Street. So a lot of these homes date back well over 100 years. And it's just a really different feel than a lot of the other parts of Florida around here. A lot of Florida is kind of built in this area in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and there's not a lot of history behind it, but Brooksville really is the exception to that rule. So if you're looking for something with a little bit more history, homes with a little bit more character, definitely check out downtown Brooksville. And all of this stuff is walkable to the events that are going on downtown. So we actually go to the Bread Box Bakery and pick up muffins on the weekend. We go to the Friday Night Live and check out all of the stuff that's going on there. And again, you can just see the character of some of these homes as I walk around and get a little feel for how they are just a little bit different than a lot of the homes in the area. So to give you an idea, these homes are going to start probably around the 300s. My neighbor just sold their house for $315,000 opposite us. That was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a really nice yard. And they're going to go up to well over $1 million. So pretty much all price points are covered and all styles of home are covered as well. So this would be one area I recommend you check out, Olive Street, also Mount Fair, Law, and all of those areas around there. I'd love to tell you more about those. Like I said, it's actually right where I live, so I have a lot of knowledge about that. But I just absolutely love the style of homes here. Hopefully you do too. So listen guys, as you may have guessed by now, I am a local real estate agent and local expert. I've been here for 19 years now, and my team has helped over 2,000 people buy or sell in the Tampa Bay area, but particularly in Spring Hill and Brooksville during the course of that time. So if you do want to find out more information, please be sure to reach out to us via text, via email, set up a Zoom call. We would love to share our knowledge with you and make your next move your last one. So one of the more exciting things about Brooksville, if you're a foodie like I am, if you follow any of my other pages on social media, is the food scene and the way it's evolving in Brooksville. So over the last 3 or 4 years in particular, there's been a whole host of places that have opened up downtown. We're here today at the Florida Cracker Cook Shack, which is one of the newer places, and it's just serving good old country food. So we got the chicken sandwich here, the collard greens, the cornbread. Their brisket's fantastic. But anywhere in downtown, any of the places that you'll try, I've always had great experiences at. But along with the kind of old style of cooking, there's the new school coming in as well. So we have Prime 88, which is the first high-end steak restaurant in Hernando County, which is just a few miles down the road on State Road 50, comparable to any of the high-end steak houses down in Tampa, and it's right on our doorstep. So a really kind of rapidly evolving food scene, as well as a social scene as well. So a lot of bars opening in downtown Brooksville as well. It really is one of those places where you can come, park up your car, walk around, have a little taste at different places and have a drink along the way. And it's really kind of a vibrant scene developing down here. So I'm super, super excited about that as well. I'm gonna get into this food. All right, guys, so let's talk about a little something unique to Brooksville here, and that is the tastiest quarter mile in Florida. So that is because we have Florida Cracker Kitchen here. We have Coney Island Drive-In, which is super, super famous locally. Elvis visited there. We also have the Florida Cracker Kitchen Tap Room and Bourbon Bar. We have the Tilted Teacup Tea Room. We have Mally Kyler's, which is a great lunch place. They do awesome, awesome cakes there, so you have to check those out. So a really, really cool little spot within downtown Brooksville with a bunch of little restaurants all along them. So definitely come and check that out if you're a foodie like I am. Like I said, the food scene here is really kind of growing, which I love to see. But in particular, this little stretch of road here on Jefferson is going to be one of the places that you want to check out. Florida Cracker Kitchen in particular is taking over not only this local area, but other parts of Florida as well as they expand where they're operating. So the corned beef hash, the chicken and waffles, the cowboy burrito, I can recommend all those things at the Cracker Kitchen without hesitation. And like I said, the hummingbird cake at Mally Kyler's is a particular favorite. And then you really can't go wrong with any of the hot dogs over at Coney Island. So guys, if you're in Brooksville or moving to Brooksville and looking for a bite to eat, check out some of these spots. And now we're just passing down Mount Fair. This is one of my favorite streets in downtown Brooksville. You can really feel the rich history of the homes down here. A lot of these have been beautifully restored to their full glory. This one up here on the left in particular is a favorite of mine. This was absolutely derelict back at the early part of the 2000s and now stands as one of the best homes in Brooksville. It's won awards for its renovations. So really, really cool place. Highly recommend you guys check it out. Even if it's just to come and check out the history here, make sure to make an effort to get out to Brooksville and see what's going on. So if you have kids, you're going to want to know about the schools. So if you're in downtown Brooksville, you're probably going to be zoned for Brooksville Elementary School, maybe Eastside Elementary. You're going to be zoned for Parrott Middle, and you're going to be zoned for Hernando High, which is right behind me. Now the schools in Brooksville have really got so much better over the last 15 years since I've been living here. A lot of them have moved up a couple of grade levels. Now there's plenty of resources for you to be able to do your research online. One that I like is greatschools.org, but there's plenty of other good websites as well where you can compare the statistics to other schools locally in Spring Hill, nationally, or in state of Florida as well. So please be sure to do your research on the schools, or feel free to reach out to us. We have plenty of former teachers and former school administrators who are part of the team and can answer those questions for you, because we know it's a big deal if you have kids to know exactly what the schools are offering, and Brooksville passes the test on that front there. Okay, so I'm here at one of the parks down in downtown Brooksville. It's the Hernando Library Park. This is where Friday Night Live is held, so that's a event where they have a band playing at the bandstand behind me here. Everyone brings out their chairs, their blankets, sits out on the lawn just over here. They have vendors, food trucks out in the streets. It's a really, really cool event. Love coming down here with the family. I know you hear me say that a lot, but I just do. And it's one of the things that makes Brooksville so different again from some of the surrounding areas. There's just a number of events that they have here. So they have that event amongst others in this park. And then across the way on Main Street, they have Brooksville Bites Nights. They have the Watermelon Festival, Halloween events, St. Patrick's Day, Cinco de Mayo, plenty of other events there as well. Again, same sort of feel, you know, costume prizes, food trucks, local vendors, and all sorts of stuff like that as well. So I'm very fortunate that I get invited to be a judge at a lot of the food events. That's also very, very cool. But quite a few parks in downtown Brooksville, so if you have kids, you can come check them out. But they also have basketball courts over at Tom Barn, as well as softball fields. They have the Art in the Park festival there. They have a little walking trail where you can walk around the lake. Here they have tennis courts and pickleball courts, you can probably hear going on behind me. So plenty to do, plenty of parks, and we love checking them all out. So one of the great things about Brooksville, which reminds me very much of my growing up in England, is the beautiful acreage. So if you get just outside of the city, out off of Croom Road, some of those areas, there's just some really, really gorgeous acreage. And so if you're looking for a little bit more land, definitely check out Brooksville. You're still pretty close to downtown, still pretty close to I-75 for getting around, but it's definitely a different pace of life out here. It's a lot more relaxed, it's a lot quieter, and you can really get some beautiful parcels of land. So, you know, the most popular tends to be around 2.5 to 5 acres, but certainly if you want 20, 50, 100 acres, that's not a problem. They have those tracts as well. Certainly if you're into equestrian sports and you want to keep your own horses, if you want to raise livestock, you have all of those options. And you can see some of the beautiful houses behind me here. And the prices are going to be all over the place. You can even get mobiles on land, which is going to make it a little bit more affordable. So definitely consider Brooksville if you're looking for more land. A couple of acres, 2-3 acres at this point is going to be running you close to $60,000, $70,000. If you want homes with acreage, if you're looking for a nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath on a couple of acres, that's probably going to run you around $400,000. So not unaffordable at all, and it's just so peaceful and tranquil out here. Like I said, very reminiscent of where I grew up in England, which is probably one of the reasons why I feel immediately at home in Brooksville. But would definitely encourage you guys to check out the area, drive around off of Croom Road, get outside of downtown a little bit, get out towards Chinsagat and some of those areas, and find out what fits your needs the best. We're always happy to guide you as to the areas that we like, but there's some beautiful acreage, and even if you just do nothing but drive around and check it out, you're going to be surprised that so close to so much, you can be in the middle of so little. Now, if you're a golf fan like I am, then Brooksville's got you taken care of as well. So we're here at Southern Hills Plantation. This is a private Pete Dye golf course. It's absolutely fantastic. I've had the pleasure of playing it a few times. Super, super difficult, as you would imagine, for Pete Dye, but just one of the best views in Hernando County. Absolutely spectacular, and really one of the premier communities. We'll take a little drive around the community in a minute and show you guys some of the homes from the outside. But there's a couple of other golf courses as well, if this is not your speed and you're a little bit more of an amateur. So Hernando Oaks is just about a mile or so down the road. That's also a very, very good golf course. And then Brooksville Country Club as well, with its famous quarry holes, is another option for you as well. So if you're a golfer, be sure to check out some of the golf courses in Brooksville. Let me know what you think. I love them. I'm sure you're going to love them too. Okay, so we're in Southern Hills, taking a little drive around here, and you'll get a feel for the types of homes that we have. It's very much that country style of home. All of the homes have the same sort of feel and nature to them. And there's really a big spread of everything. So you have some of the smaller villa type homes that are built out. Those are going to start around about the $350,000, $400,000 range, and there's still new builds going on in here as well. But the real beauties, the ones that I love, are some of the ones we're driving by here, which are very, very high-end custom homes. We've just been inside the Arthur Ruttenberg model home, which just sold for $1.4 million, fully furnished. So there really is everything in here. And you can be on the golf course, off the golf course. They have different sizes of lots depending on the size of home that you want to build. And they have a whole array of builders that they work with. So if you're in the market for that private country club style living, they have all of the amenities you could ask for: a resort style pool, a fantastic fitness center. The clubhouse is gorgeous, and the food, I can tell you from first-hand experience, is absolutely delicious. Gated, private. So for that discerning buyer, for the high-end buyer who's looking for privacy and customization with high-end finishes, Southern Hills would be a fantastic option for you. Just inside the city limits, but outside of the main city downtown. It's still convenient to everything, and highly recommend you guys check it out. So I'm here at Tom Varn Park, just taking a walk around the lake. Super, super peaceful. And I just want to talk about some of the other things that are close to Brooksville. So we are only about an hour and 15 minutes west of Orlando. So if you're a Disney nut, that's right on the doorstep. Also really close to I-75, so you can hop on that and go north, I mean all the way up through the US, but you can be up in Jacksonville in about 2.5, 3 hours, or it'll take you south, and that will go into Sarasota and down through that way, all the way down to Miami, And then if you want to get on 275, that's going to take you to Tampa and St. Pete Clearwater. So accessibility wise, it's really close to a lot of stuff. If you want to go to Tampa, some of the favorite things down there are the Tampa Zoo, Busch Gardens. It was also really fun. So great location, close to a lot of stuff, and very convenient for everything. And one final point I want to make is that Brooksville does have a really good local airport. Now, it's not going to be commercial liners, don't think that, but if you are a budding pilot, they do have lessons there where you can actually get your pilot's license. So that's really cool as well, something that's on my list of things to do. And I'm blessed to have Brooksville right in our backyard where we can go to that airport and do that. Okay guys, so that's going to do it for our video tour of Brooksville. Hope you enjoyed traveling around with me and seeing some of my favorite spots and some of the things to do. As always, if you have any suggestions of where else we should feature, please drop it in the comments below. Let us know what your favorite part was. And I would be remiss if I didn't say one more time, if you're looking to move to Brooksville in the next 9 days or the next 9 months, please reach out to myself or my team at the phone number below here via text, phone call, or you can email us as well. We would love to make your move a smooth one. We help over 150 families every single year, just like you. So guys, again, thanks for following along. Thanks for watching this video. I'm Ross Hardy from the Hardy team. It's time to love where you live.